Hello everybody, welcome back to Things with Codemanblue here on YouTube. And I think you can see that this video is going to be a little different as we are in the kitchen here. And that is because I know it's been a few weeks since I've been on, been busy, got job promotion, things like that going on, and it just took me away from here. But today we're doing something a bit different, and we're putting the things in Things with Codemanblue. The reason I changed the name of the channel is because I've wanted to get into some different stuff, and one of the things I got into this year was I planted a garden, and that brought me into something else new that I want to try, and that involves these jars and some different vegetables, which today and what this video will be about is we're going to have some green beans and some cucumbers. Now, these are obviously not from my garden. Unfortunately, I didn't get enough of these yet to do it that way, but I figured this will be a fun test run, and we are going to try making some homemade pickles. My goal for these is to do ones that can have a longer shelf life, because I've seen a few different recipes that were great, but they were ones that, you know, you get a couple weeks in the fridge and then they gotta go. My goal is to try to have these ones where they'll have a longer shelf life and get them to last a few months, up to a year is the potential. And so what I will do is I will end up shouting out the people that I get my recipes from as I'm going through the process. So we're starting now, and this video is going to have parts. It may not show it on YouTube, but you'll see where I've kind of edited out some stuff, edited in as we're going through the process. I don't want to show you guys everything because I feel like you know what it consists of. Like, I'm going to cut these cucumbers. We're going to try to do spears with them. Same with the green beans. I'm going to cut them, and then we're going to try to do 4 pint-sized jars. And hopefully we've got enough of everything here. We're going to try to do a couple of different things. I've got some crushed red pepper flakes to do some kickin' beans is what I'm going to call them, which are just going to be the beans that are a little bit more spicy. We've got a little bit of turmeric just to try to add a different color, a little flavor. And I'm excited. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video going through the process here. I am going to go wash the vegetables, and then you will see the next part of the process, which will also be us getting a brine ready. The brine's going to be very simple. I've got both white vinegar and apple cider vinegar. I think I'm going to lean towards the apple cider vinegar this one time, just because I've heard it is more like the pickles that you would get at the store, and I think I want that flavor profile with a little bit of my own, you know, adding some spice or adding some different flavors. I'm going to put in a couple of bay leaves while it's cooking just to get some tannins into the brine, just because I've heard that is what you want, and it should help the shelf life go. Now, I'm not going to be disappointed, and we probably aren't going to get the end results video in this today, but what I will do is in a couple weeks, we will crack one of these open if they last that long, and we will do a YouTube short here, or a TikTok video, or both, showing off the pickles and if they came out the way that we were hoping. Now, what I will leave up to you guys is what we open in that short / TikTok video. We could do some of our regular pickles, or we could do the pickled green beans. I'm up for either. I'm excited, and hopefully you guys enjoy this. Like I said, it is something a little different, and if this is the type of video that you enjoy, just getting to watch me cook something that I enjoy, and I know I've said a lot, but if you enjoy it, let me know, and we can make more videos like this, doing different things, trying different recipes, trying to can different things. I know at one point I would love to try to do like a jam I don't know how good I would be at that, but I just think it would be fun. So, without further ado, let's go to the next step in the process. Alright, so we are wrapping up our prep of the green beans. And I don't know if you've ever seen this. Come here. Come here. A dog that enjoys green beans. And there you can see our vinegar behind us. And we are getting ready for the next step here. And this is what I'm throwing in. Hopefully that's a good size. I'm planning to do just 2 jars of the beans. One I want to save for a couple months and try them then. And if you guys decide we're going to open green beans, we'll open the other. If you decide we're going to open a pickle, we're going to open a pickle. If none of them seal properly, then we will just do a open in a few days. Just because I want you guys to get that experience, and I think that's what we're all here for. Now, let's see if I can get all of this in there without making a mess. Perfect. And next is going to be grabbing the jars that I've got clean over here. Well, I lied. Next is going to be bringing this over to the sink to rinse. And get ready. And then it'll be grabbing the jars that we have ready and getting them ready for our items. I didn't go crazy with the jars. I was looking for ball mason jars. Unfortunately, I could not find that. So I went with Anchor jars. This was what I was able to find at Tractor Supply. Anchor hocking jars. That's what I was able to find at Tractor Supply. Works for me. Simple fix. Now, the other disappointment for me is I could not find real dill. But I was able to find some garlic. And that's good because we're going to put that in the bottom of the jar. I'm probably going to go a little overboard. I'm going to use 2 in each jar. Now, the recipes that I am using don't say to do that. That's just my preference. I like garlic. I think it's going to be a nice flavor. So that's what I'm going to do. As I push the dog down here. So, like I said, we're going to bring the hammer down. I'm going to smash the garlic, and I think that will give us what we're looking for. I just got to find my hammer. So maybe next year my goal would be I would love to try to grow some garlic. I'm going to try to do it in a container and see if that takes. And I'm just wiping this out to remove any excess that's in there. When we do fill the jars, it's going to be very important to make sure that you're wiping the outside of the lid before you put your lids on, just so that it can get that nice seal that it's going to need. I feel like I'm saying a lot just because it's a new content style, so bear with me, guys, and I promise you once we get into the brine making, I'll try to get you some shots of that as well. but unfortunately it didn't have quite what I was hoping for in the fresh dill department. So I went with some dill seed that I picked up, and hopefully that'll do the trick for us. And then the dog found a wrapper and she's trying to chew it up. So if you hear anything weird in the background, it's the dog. Now, the dog's trying to get up here again. So I'm just going to smash these, pop them into a jar. My view is this is just going to bring out more flavor. Oh no, we lost one. Smells delicious. And I better go grab that before the dog gets it. So that's the next step. I've got everything ready. We're going to start the brine. I will bring you guys back getting some of that so you can see it cooking, and we'll go from there. Welcome back to a different part of the kitchen, and we are over here getting the brine ready. And the recipe that I am using is from Foodie with Family. I just Googled pickle recipes, and that was the one that popped up. I am doing a slight variation on it, so it's not exactly theirs, but it is at the same time. From what I saw, theirs did not call for sugar. I'm going to add just a little pinch of sugar into mine. And I'm also going to add a tiny pinch of turmeric just to give it a different color. And the other thing I did use is I used some bottled water just because I read some different things on the different water, and I just felt like that was the way to go. So I've got my sugar here. I'm going to put in maybe half a teaspoon, just to give it a little something. And then we will grab our kosher salt, which I left over on the other table, so I'll be right back. Enjoy my kitchen. And so for the salt, it calls for 2 tablespoons. I'm using kosher salt. Then we'll bring this bad boy to a boil. After that, it'll be getting this bad boy filled up with water. That I'm going to use tap water because I don't think that'll make any issues. But with this, it's really just bringing it to a boil, letting this salt and sugar meld together here, and then going from there. So again, quick cuts, you got to see it. If you want to see a little bit more, you're going to have to deal with seeing this mug a little bit more. And throwing things at the dog apparently, but here brine is going to look like. Once it starts to cook, I will add my little bit of turmeric, and then you guys can see it go into the... So, I'm excited. Then we'll get the jars in the big pot, and we'll have to wait about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and we'll have pickles that'll sit on the counter. Alright, and here we go. The brine is boiled. So that would be going to step 2. Not. And I'm truly excited to see how this goes. I mean, my worry as somebody that has never made pickles before is I just mess it up completely and it doesn't work out. But if it does work out, I'm excited to share the results with you guys because this was a fun little process and I've enjoyed, you know, the aspects of learning about it and trying to get it to where you guys can see the liquid going in there. I've learned a lot about this very quickly, and I'm excited to share what I've learned and have you guys see the results of what I have learned. We're losing our thing. Valid, I'm used to losing my head. But if this inspires somebody like me, just a normal person on their day off, thinking, I can't do stuff like this, and if it inspires you to go out and do it, that's really why I'm doing it. I want to show that any of us can do this. It doesn't take the pioneer woman or any cook to do it. You yourself at home can do this too, because I can do it. And I think that's the key, is that anybody can do this. So if you want to try it, go do it. Do what I'm doing right now. You don't have to make the video, but just go do it. Go get the stuff. Go buy some green bean cucumbers from the store, slice them, put them out you want, and do it. Because you can. And you're going to feel awesome when you get to try those. Now I'm going to get this big pot boiling, and then we'll get the lids on these and we'll get them ready to go in. Alright guys, this is the last part. You see we've got our water slowly boiling here, which means it's time to put these bad boys in. And again, just a quick look. They all look delicious. The smell is smell it. It smells delicious. And I took my shirt off. You see the crab meat, or the hamburger, as some people like to call it. We are gonna put these in here. They're gonna boil for about 20 minutes. So this is the last part of the video. You won't get to see me open anything today. It's gonna take 24 hours to determine if they've gotten a good seal. If they have, these could potentially last on a shelf for up to a year. I'm not gonna wait that long. Like I said, in the comments on this video, let me know if you want me to try the regular green beans or if you want me to try the regular pickles. I did try to do a spicy version of each. If these turn out great, you too can do this too. And like I said, what I will do, if you choose the pickles or the green beans, I will open them either next week or the week after. I want to give them some time to sit, get that flavor in there. If they don't seal, then I will do that video sooner so that you can get my feedback, what I would do different next time, those types of things, in a short little video that I'll put up, either probably on here and TikTok. So until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoy this video. If you do, and you want to see more content like this, let me know. Hide the hamburger meat. Until next time, guys, I am Cody. Thanks for doing this thing with Codemanblue.